the thing about prison is you get to know people by the noise that they make, right? So like during the day when people would walk through, because some people would, you'd be wearing slides inside the unit usually, or flip-flops, and you could tell the ones and how they walked. Like some would shuffle, some would, I mean, it was just, here she comes, here she comes. But even more was the keys, the officers. You could totally tell what officer was in the unit by the way that they walked, because you could hear their keys. And it's kind of crazy because you get to the point where the keys sound puts you on high alert, right? An officer's coming. I mean, not that you have a lot to hide, maybe a banana or an apple that's not supposed to be out. I really didn't have much in terms of contraband, but everybody's on high alert when because a lot of times you're in the unit with just one officer. And at the camp, we didn't have any officers. So we kind of ran the unit ourselves. If there was trouble, then you reach out to the officer. But at the FCI, there's usually only one officer in the unit. So when they come walking through, and they don't check the rooms that much, they're usually in the officer station, but when you hear them walking through and you hear those keys jingling, everybody's kind of paying attention, especially depending on which officer it is. And if they're really tricky, they would hold their keys while they would walk so that nobody knew they were coming. But there was always girls that were letting people know up the aisle, like so-and-so coming, so-and-so coming, so that they could hide their fruit or whatever their contraband was. But also the officers have to check you through the night. So they come through with a flashlight and they like check to make sure everybody's alive and doing okay. And some of them would be thoughtful and hold their keys so they don't wake you up. And others of them would just jangle their keys and walk in and put the light right in your face, which pretty much is difficult to sleep when you have lights constantly in your face. And I remember one officer who was like really rude. We were all in this big kind of a bay area. There were like 10 or 12 bunks, and one of the girls had fallen asleep with the sheet over her face. And instead of like coming up and checking on her, you're not supposed to have something on your face while you're sleeping. He went wham right against the mattress and the whole unit jumped and then just started to laugh. Well, that was rude. But that's a little bit about, sounds. You get so used to sounds in prison, like you're paying attention constantly. You're just on high alert. And when I got home, I remember being at the grocery store and somebody came up behind me quickly with keys and I immediately jumped. Because if someone's running with keys, that means there's trouble and you better get out the way.